All right, so I have a review and tutorial using these BeautyBigBang XL plates. The first one I'm going to use is 005, and I'm using this image here in near the upper left-hand corner. I will say, of all the BeautyBigBang plates that I have received, and I've gotten 10 of them, this one is the most rough-edged out of all of them. The other ones didn't have this, and I think part of that is these lace designs, because this one is pretty smooth, but all these rougher lace designs definitely catch the fibers quite a bit. And so I've shown this before. What I do is I take one of these lint-free wipes, and then I wrap it around my cotton pad, and then that helps with the catching of the fibers. The other thing that you can do is if you don't have a lint-free wipe or some other method of preventing the fibers from catching, is after you clean it up, just take a lint roller or tape or whatever you have and just run it over the image and make sure that you pick up those fibers. That's sort of a bit of a pain to do, I think, between every image, but that is another way that you can do that. Now, the good thing about these is that they're really well etched, and so I found that you didn't have to clean the image after every stamp anyway. So here I'm going to show you that I'm going to use this image 3 times before I clean it. And I'm also using and testing this scraper that came with this double-ended mini stamper that I'm going to show you with the next image that I'm going to use. But this is on the more flexible side. It's not as flexible as my favorite Creative Shop ones, which are the most flexible out of all the scrapers that I have, and my favorite. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit more rigid, but not by much, and it's pretty good for these designs. So I will show you here in a sec. And so what I'm going to do is create this base. And I really like to have sort of funky, intricate bases and then stamp on top of them. And a really quick and easy good way to do that is to triple stamp or double stamp a design that takes a lot of polish, like this one. And what I've done is just randomly place some drops of polish. And here I'm using Native War Paints, Martinis and Teeny Bikinis, and Poolside drinks. And you shall see what I do here. So I'm just going to randomly place some drops of polish. And then to get a blending effect, I'm just going to scrape it a couple of different times in different directions, and then pick that up and then stamp once. Okay. And then do that again. And as I said, because these are really nicely and deeply etched, I didn't have to clean in between these. So again, same thing. I'm just going to scrape in different directions. Okay, pick up and then place it slightly differently. Okay. And then one more time. And you can use whatever colors you want, whatever design you want. It's just a way to get a nice different colored base, but in a really easy method, because all you're doing is stamping. And I'm going to turn this around and line it up differently. And there you go. Easy peasy, sort of pretty base there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is show you this next plate that I'm going to use, which is the BeautyBigBang XL-009. And I have not tested or done anything with this plate yet, which is why it looks so clean and nice versus all of my other plates. And what I like about this one is it has a bunch of different tribal designs and arrows and things, but I really like that it has some nice full nail images and then some coordinating individual images. So I'm going to use both of them. I'm going to use one of these full nail designs. I think I will use this one with this coordinating individual image, and I think that those will look good together. So again, I haven't done anything here. I'm going to use a black polish, the Moyra stamping polish black. And I'm also going to be using these this double-ended stamper. So it has two ends, as I said, a really small end, which is the smallest clear end that I've been able to find, and then a bigger other end, which is a full nail design. I actually do not prefer double-ended designs, and I'll show you why. So this end has a plate so that the small thing, because of this design, it gets bigger, it doesn't fall through. Now they could have just put a lip there, but this thing prevents seeing on either end from being really clear. I mean, the plastic itself is really clear, but that thing in the middle prevents really perfect clarity. So I don't like that. I also think that because it narrows, it can sometimes give a different narrowing effect that makes it hard to see sometimes. So it's not my favorite, but it's the smallest of these that I could find. So I'm going to test the big end out for the full nail, and I'm going to then use the smaller end for the smaller individual images. So all right, so my I prefer to just stamp down, and most clear stampers don't like that, and this one is no exception. It didn't like that. Okay. You can see it did pick up, and I haven't primed these in any way whatsoever, and it could also have some oils on it from when I was showing you the stamper, but it wasn't a great pickup. So as you can see, this one is not rough edged at all, and I probably don't need the lint-free wipe, but since I already had it on there. And then I'm blowing on it because I want to make sure that the acetone is dry, and then I'm going to do that again. And this time I'm going to use a rolling motion. And that pickup was a lot better. Okay, so hopefully I didn't take too long there to stamp that. Okay, and that stamped pretty well. And as you can see though, because this is so curved, I didn't get the lines to be perfectly straight, and my nails are really curved anyway, so it's difficult. Plus this is a little bit on the firmer end, so it's not a good one for me to try to press straight down because it will distort the lines like you see there. But overall, those are very minor complaints because that did pick up well, and I was able to use it on my full nail. So So now I'm going to swap that out because you can't have them both in there if you want to be able to see. And because I've been playing around with that, I'm going to wipe that on a lint roller. Okay, and I'm going to use this image as an accent. Okay, and that one surprised me because it was pretty soft when I rolled across it, and I actually rolled too hard because the softness surprised me on this one. So my pickup wasn't fantastic, but I think that was more my surprise there. I find that the softer the stampers are, the more lightly you have to roll these with these clear. Okay, and well, that didn't work, and that might have been a double scraping error on my part. I'm actually going to switch this around and scrape in the other direction. Okay, and that picked up really well. So I'm going to place that on the nail like so. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that, despite that stupid thing right in the middle that prevents perfect clarity. I don't know why they did that. And actually, I may ask my husband if he can cut this out to see if it can make viewing easier. But anyway, I'm gonna go and finish this and show you the completed mani. But thanks so much for watching.